welcome back to the reading vlog. I wanted to start the vlog on a Monday because I tend to forget on Mondays because I already filmed the video for Thursdays. So yeah, I tend to forget to film Mondays. But I did start a new book for the week. And I am quite a way through it already, if you can see that. Like I'm like a little bit over a third of the way through. And it is called The Red Scholar's Awake by Aliette de Bodard, I think. Um, I don't know how you pronounce it. This is how it's written. Yeah, it's pretty much a space pirate book about love, where our main character is captured by a pirate ship, and the former mate of the pirate ship died, and to help the captive woman, the ship marries the woman that is captive and our main character. And the ship has like an avatar, and it was a human beforehand, so it's like a really weird situation. But yeah, it's technically they are like the founders of some pirate empire in space, and it's like, you know, some people want the pirates to be more murderous and other want them to be nicer, and political stuff like that, like in like the pirate realm. And yeah, our main character is obviously in a really bad position, and then there's the romance between the ship and the main character, which is like it feels like a really insta-lovey romance. I'm not loving the romance, it's a big part of the book, but the rest is really interesting, like the society the pirates have built, and how it changes, and what the people want to kind of make of it. So yeah, I'm not disliking the book. It's actually really easy to read, like it's flowing really nicely. So yeah, the plan is to read as much. Ideally I would like to finish it tomorrow, but I don't know if that's possible. So yeah, I might try and read a little bit more tonight, and then hopefully finish it tomorrow. If not, I don't know, it would take till Wednesday. But yeah, we'll see. Also, I have my TBR for next month already, like because it will come out on Thursdays, and I try to make like really balanced TBR because I'm really bad this month. It's like, I don't know, it's not good. And then also, if you watched last week's vlog, I finished my tapestry. I think it looks really cute, but it isn't finished yet. I need to block it and do the outside biodowel and make it ready to hang it up. But yeah, I personally feel like it looks really good. I'm really proud of it. I made it in the colors that my dog is, so yeah, that was really nice. So yeah, that is kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm currently searching for a video game that is really relaxing because I kind of need a relaxing video game. I'm a little bit burned out on the action games at the moment, to be honest, and I've played so many of the more relaxing games that I own already that I don't have one that I haven't played yet. So I'm searching for one. And yeah, I'm also crocheting a top right now, which we'll see how that goes. And I bought some more supplies for some more crochet. And yeah, that is kind of how the week is starting. And yeah, there's not really much more to report on, so I will see you with the reading update. Ideally when I'm through the book, but maybe before that if I'm not finishing the book tomorrow. So yeah, I will see you then. Okay, it is now Tuesday afternoon, and I did what I promised myself I would do. I finished The Red Scholar's Wake, which was an incredible disappointment, I have to say. I think this is by far the most boring sci-fi book I've ever read, which, you know, I'm not the most read person when it comes to sci-fi, but I have read a few now, and I have never come across one so boring. The main part of the book is pretty much the relationship between our main character and the ship she's on, which is pretty boring. Like, even the most dramatic scenes between them are really boring dramatic scenes. I feel like the whole book is lacking emotions. Like, the characters express emotions, but you don't feel them. They don't really come across through the writing, which, you know, it's not that great. And then also we have the whole pirates thing, and, you know, the ship main character kind of wants to make the pirates better, but like it's kind of like an oxymoron, I feel like. And yeah, it's weird, it's boring. There happens so little in this book. Um, it's a bit disappointing, but I finished it. I gave it 2 stars, which, you know, it isn't the worst written book, so I gave it 2 stars for that. But yeah, I finished it. I want to say it again. I finished it. I finished another books. Which was the whole plan. And then I finally got accepted, like, for a book from my library, like an audiobook, which I had on the wait list. And I'm really happy with that, because that is the Heroes of Olympus, The Lost Heroes, which I have this really battered, not so nice looking edition of. You know, when I have done more book rebindings, which I'm still on the lookout for, and papers, I still haven't found ones that I can use, which is why I haven't done a second one. But yeah, once I'm better with that, I have to bind these new. But yeah, I finally got this. I was on the wait list for quite a long time, I have to say. But yeah, I'm excited to start this either tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. But I have all 5 of them. Though I do hope I could just listen to all of them, because I do need more audiobooks. I need to put more on the waitlist, because a lot of the English ones are always like lent, so I have to put myself on the waitlist, and I always forget, you know. So yeah, I am now, but my physical TBR is now down to 232, which I'm really proud of. I'm making progress, but yeah, this month has been really slow reading. And not so excited reading, I think. Sorry. You're propped up on a chair, it's not ideal. I have to get a better tripod. Mine kind of broke because I bought a really cheap one, and yeah, wasn't ideal. So yeah, that is kind of what I'm doing. I am doing a little bit of like crochet today. I'm experimenting. I am thinking of like maybe selling handmade items, because I don't know, I like crocheting, but I only need to make so many things for myself, because before, you know, it's too much and just lying around the house. So yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it, and so I'm experimenting a little bit with what I have here right now and what I maybe can do. So yeah. Also, I can't do really much else because my eczema has a flare up. I can't use my right hand for a lot of things where I need to, like, you know, move it a lot, because my skin isn't doing well. So hopefully I will get that under control as well. It's a stress reaction, so yeah. Even though I don't feel totally stressed, I probably am without really realizing it. So yeah, also it's like way too warm. I am dying. I just did my workout, and it was too warm for a workout. I don't know how you people do it who live in like places like California and stuff. Like, how do you do a workout when it's like 30 degrees, you know, or like, what is it in like American, in like 98 degrees or like 90 degrees? Like, how do you do a workout with that? I can't deal with it. And yeah, I'm rambling, I'm realizing. So I will go now. I will crochet a little bit more, and yeah, I don't really know. I will probably just chill out the rest of the day, try not to move too much, and yeah, I might just start the audiobook later on. Okay, so we are doing a quick early check-in because my Illumi crate just came. I was out with the dog for the like noon walk, and yeah, my neighbor took it in for me, thankfully. And so, you know, I want to know what's in there. So we're doing a quick lunch break check-in because I'm on lunch break still. So the theme for June is I will fly, but the design is water, so I don't know. First things first, we have a new enamel pin, which is nice. It's inspired by The Water Outlaws by S.L. Huang, which I have not read. Surprise, surprise. Oh, that is a nice, simple. I think that looks really, really nice. I do love me a good pin. I just display them, do nothing else with them, but you know, they look good. Then we have a new metal bookmark, which, you know, you can never have enough bookmarks. So this is inspired by The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart, which I started reading but never finished. Oh, that is cool. That is a really, really cute bookmark. Let me take it off. Oh my god. I love it. That is so cool. I mean, it seems slightly impractical because, you know, it's really thin and it doesn't have anything like dangling, and I wouldn't want to have this poke out too much because of how thin the metal is. But the design is awesome. So yeah, nice design. Then next up we have what I think is another photo album. Yes, so this is another photo album, which, you know, the design is fantastic. I do have some photos which need to be put into a photo album, so this actually comes pretty handy. It says, I know what it means to dream about the past, to dream about things you have loved and lost, by Natasha Nagan, which I don't know what this is from, you know, but it is really pretty. And I do love the dark purple color scheme with the gold foil. It looks really good. So yeah, that actually comes in really handy. And then we have mechanical pencils. Now this looks really fancy. It says Singing Hills Mechanical Pencils, inspired by Empress of Salt and Fortune by, oh, I'm gonna butcher this, Nagivo? I'm sorry, I don't know. It looks really cool. And those are two really, really pretty mechanical pencils. I don't know how good you can see this. But yeah, yeah, that's really cool. I do love me a good mechanical pencil, I have to say. I do prefer using these two normal pencils, so yeah, they look really, really good. But I will probably keep them down here because I don't have enough like pencils down here, and they come in this, you know, really nice box, so they will just stay down here. And then we are at the book. And the book is called Of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chan, and this looks so good. To seek revenge, she needs to stay alive. Oh, the stenciled edges are wonderful. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so this looks really, really cool, the book. I have to say, the story, I think this is something, it's just because I've read so many of these. The story sounds so much like every other YA book, if I'm totally honest. I do like the idea behind it. We have our main character, who's called Ayui Ying, but she goes by Ying, I think is what the book is telling here. But she wants to become an engineer just like her father, and then her father gets murdered. And to find out who did it, she goes to the capital, follows the trail of the murder. And she has the journal of her father still, and the murderer wants that journal. So she goes there and she disguises herself as her brother to get an apprenticeship at the engineering school. And so yeah, she gets in, and then she finds an ally in the 8th prince of the land, and yeah, their love comes in. It's annoying. I hate it. But yeah, obviously love comes in there, drama comes in there, and then there's also jealousy on the side of the people who aren't as good as her in engineering school. And so yeah, that is kind of what she's trying to do, to prove who killed her father, who chose a quiet life. And yeah, I'm sad to say that it, it sounds good technically, but I kind of feel like it will just be the same as the other books I've read so far that come from these book boxes, and I'm a little bit burned out on them right now, which is why I'm not like super excited, I will give it a try in a little bit, not directly because it's a little bit longer than what I would like to read right now, though it does have quite big writing, I feel like. But yeah, the design of the book is impeccable. It looks really, really good. But yeah, I think one thing I don't like is the whole like charade thing, like charading as like a character of the different gender, because I feel like that brings so much artificial drama into a story, because, obviously everyone who interacts with her thinks she's a guy, and that obviously brings problems. So it's not the trope I like the most, so we'll see how it is. But I mean, at least it looks good, So yeah, that was everything that was in the box, which, to be honest, it is a little bit, it's relatively little, I feel like. I mean, like it's like this one is kind of big, but then we have these two things and the two mechanical pencils, so it isn't the most, but they are all useful items. So with that, I'm really, really happy. So yeah, I'm happy with what we got. This one, I will put it on my shelf and probably forget about it for a few months, and then I will try to read it. My typical MO, if we're honest. But yeah, that is everything that came in the June Illumicrate, and yeah, I will see you later for a reading check. Okay, so I don't think I checked in yesterday after the book box, because to be honest, it is so warm here. I am running on really low motivation. We have like the last 2 days were like over 30 degrees, today as well. So it's really hard to motivate myself to do much. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't check in yesterday, but I do have a few updates. I am now a fourth of the way through The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan, the audiobook I'm currently listening to. I don't know. I mean, it is pretty much like Percy Jackson. It isn't that different to the first one, obviously. My main problem is with the first one, I liked the main characters, but with the second one, I don't really. I don't know. I'm missing the connection I felt to like Percy and Annabeth and stuff. So yeah, hopefully that will get better with time, because obviously it's like a 5-part series, so there's a lot that will be happening. But yeah, at the beginning, I'm not really that much into the main characters. But it's cool to be back in camp, and yeah, it's cool to see Roman gods, like the Roman versions of the Greek gods, being incorporated in the story. So I am excited to see where the story goes. I just hope that the main characters get a little bit more, I don't know, likable for my case. So yeah, that is where I'm at. And then I today uploaded next month TBR, and to be honest, I didn't know what I wanted to pick up reading wise, physically reading wise. I only knew I didn't want it to be a book box book, because I just need a pause from them. I don't know, this month TBR has just gone to shits, So I decided to actually just start my TBR for next month early and take a book up that is really, really different from the rest of the books I read this month. So I picked up Stephen Leather's Takedown, and I started it today. And it's pretty much like, well, we start with the main character who pretty much switches over to ISIS, and he started out in the military fighting against terrorists, ISIS, all of that, It's like a really complicated political situation, everything that happened with ISIS and Iran and all of that, So I won't really say anything to that, because to be honest, I'm not really that versed in that topic. But yeah, that is pretty much the grounds for this book. And then I think the main part of the book will be our main characters working to stop the one we start reading about, I don't think that the whole book is from his perspective, because yeah, technically the main character is Lex Harper, which we haven't heard from yet, but I'm only like 30 pages in. But yeah, I have to say it's not a political situation that I'm honestly that interested in, because it's really, really complicated. I don't think there are easy answers to that. But it is a different genre, it's something different to read, and yeah, it's interesting, so I'm interested to see where we go. I do like me a good thriller, so that might be a good thing. And then I have started to crochet scrunchies, which, you know, I need to weave in the end, but yeah, I have now an army of scrunchies lying around here, because yeah, I'm actually kind of thinking about opening an Etsy store. I kind of like the idea. I do like crocheting and knitting and stuff, but you know, I only need so much knitted stuff and crocheted stuff. But I would like to crochet more, so you know, I think the most sensible thing is to just try and sell some of it to, you know, kind of finance the hobby for me a little bit, you know. So yeah, which is why I started to do crochets in this really, really nice turquoisey blue color. I really love this yarn. I really like the color. It sucks to work with at times because it does tend to fuzz out on the ends, which is why I haven't woven the end in yet. But yeah, I really like this. The pattern is by Passionate Kelsey, which I really like her channel. So yeah, I just chose to make her pattern, and I'm really happy with these. So I will make a few more of those probably today or something, because I do want to kind of just make stuff, and once I have enough, I will, you know, look into opening an Etsy store and stuff like that, which like obviously would ship in Germany and like the neighboring countries obviously, so it will be a German Etsy store. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I won't like rush into it. I don't, it's not necessary, you know, but yeah, I will slowly work towards maybe selling a little bit of what I do. So yeah, that is just a quick check-in for today. I will go back up, do a little bit of gaming. Also, my mother-in-law drops her dog off in a minute, so we will watch him for the weekend, so she can travel easier. So that is also something that will start in a minute. So yeah, hopefully next time around I have a little bit of a better reading update. But, you know, with like the weather, I don't know if that will happen as much as it should. Okay, so let's do a check-in. Yeah, let's be honest, dog sitting doesn't lend itself to film. It has been rather annoying, also because I think my dog has only child syndrome. He isn't really that happy that my mother-in-law's dog is here. Like, he tolerates it, but when the dog comes to him, he like moves away and he moves closer to me. So yeah, maybe like the whole day my dog was just like sitting on top of me practically, to get out of the way of the other dog, because he was annoyed that he was like too near him, even though he wasn't that near. So yeah, it's a little bit of like a babysitting situation over here, and it doesn't make it easier. Also, it's way too warm, so yeah, I didn't do a workout, so I did no physical reading today. But I did finish this book because let me tell you, the narrator of the audiobook is so slow in reading it that I could crank the speed of the audiobook up to 3.0, which I can never do. Like, I do normally, I do like 2.0, but like 3.0 is something I never do. But like, this one was so readable at 3.0. But yeah, that means I finished it in obviously a lot faster than you normally would. So yeah, I finished it, and I have to say, I don't know if that's not fair what I'm doing, because this book has really good reviews. But I just gave it 3 stars because for me it's just a repackaged version of Percy Jackson, only that somehow this is so much bigger, but it doesn't feel any longer story-wise. So yeah, I don't know. I gave it 3 stars. It's not a bad book. I think if you haven't read the first series, this one is really, really good. But like, if you've read the first series, this one feels so similar. You just have other characters inserted into it. So yeah, I don't know. I give it 3 stars. I mean, it feels too much as of a repeat, because you know you also have like 3 main characters. Even though like in the first one, actually, Grover isn't like a demigod, but like you know the principle is just so samey that I don't really feel it's fair to give it everything other than 3 stars, in my opinion. Because yeah, I don't know. It's still a good book. Like it's interesting if you like the Roman version of like the deities. It's really interesting, obviously, instead of like the Greek versions. But I have to say, I did enjoy the Egypt version pretty much like a lot more because it felt a lot more different than the second um series in like the Greek and Roman versions, you know. But yeah, I finished it, which is great. So yeah, I will have to look for a new audiobook, but I will probably do that tomorrow. I plan on just watching YouTube videos for the rest of the evening and crocheting some more scrunchies. I have to say, I'm wearing one myself, and this one, like, I never realized like I didn't own anything like a scrunchie that is crocheted or anything that fits so much nicer on my hair. I never realized that that would be the effect, but like these like hair ties always give me headaches. But even like the normal scrunchies give me headaches, so I couldn't wear them for too long. This one I had in for like half a day, no headache at all. And like it's pretty like get headaches pretty easily from hair ties, but I like wore it yesterday on top of my head where I like normally get a headache when I wear any type of hair tie, and I didn't get a headache. And yeah, so I do want to do a whole lot more of these, because I love them and I want to share them. So that is what I will be doing. Probably I will watch some videos, and then tomorrow I will continue with my physical read takedown. We'll see how far I come tomorrow morning. And they're actually 3 like different books, and I'm enjoying them, so that is really nice. Because even though I gave this 3 stars, it is an enjoyable read. I just felt like it was too samey, and maybe a little bit too long, and that it could have been shorter. Let's be honest. Um, but yeah, it was still enjoyable. It's not a bad book. I just feel like it's a little bit of a cop out to write the same story twice. You know, if you I don't know. It might be harsh, but yeah. So that is what I will be doing now. I have to open my door again in a minute to let the dogs in because otherwise they will make terror. But I did have to close the door because my partner is gaming with his friends and it's not. But it's loud. Let's just say it like it is. So yeah, I will now enjoy the evening off. It is the weekend now, which is nice, and I will see you tomorrow morning probably. So my tapestry is finally blocking. So yeah, that is how it's looking. So now it only needs to dry in this position, and then I can finish the details on top. And yeah, it's looking really good. It is now Saturday evening. I have not gotten around to reading as much as I wanted to. Pretty much because my night was really short with the dog. It kind of tends to wander at night, and I'm a relatively light sleeper when it comes to like, noises I need to listen to. So I was awake a lot of the night, which, I don't blame him. It's like not nice to not be at home. I get that. But yeah, it means that I'm just not really concentrated today. So yeah, the progress that I made, I'm like not quite halfway through the book. And I also don't really know what to think about the book. It's kind of interesting because we have our main character who is this like retired military agent, and yeah, he does things his own way. We start the book being in Thailand, I think, and he roughs up 2 gangsters because they rough up a prostitute, and that was a really interesting starting point, and they do come in at some point, so I'm interested to where the story fits into the rest. And yeah, then they go after the assumed terrorist who we talked about yesterday, who was the beginning of the book. So we don't get anything else from him, just the beginning chapter to kind of set up the story, which actually works quite well, I think. I feel like it's a good way to set up a story, to give us like the beginning story from the point of the villain pretty much, and then the rest of the story from like the good guys. I think that works quite well. But yeah, it's obviously a lot of like politics, religion. But yeah, the team is really interesting. Like our main character has like pretty much his guys that he calls. Like there are three guys, one woman, who all have like these specialties that they got through working for the military and MI5 and stuff like that, you know. Um, and then we also have like a third aspect, which is this woman who has she's gotten out of the MI5, but she has like a kind of document should something happen to her that she can like pretty much expose the MI5 to like the public. And yeah, that has to fit into everything kind of as well. I just don't know how quite yet. But yeah, it is interesting. I'm interested to see where the story goes. The characters are really interesting. They are pretty much like the macho tough guy kind of thing, but it does also work like in that type of a book. So yeah, I will continue with that one tomorrow, but you will listen to like you will only get to know my opinion next week once I start the next vlog, because I will stop the vlog here now. It is Saturday evening, you know, I kind of want to chill a little bit, and then I need to edit this obviously tomorrow so I can get out Monday. So yeah, I hope it's okay that I won't finish the book in this vlog, you know, but maybe it's a reason to come back next vlog. Hopefully with a little bit less warm weather, like I'm really not made for this weather, you know. But yeah, I hope this week was kind of interesting, and thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.